All right, guys, here we go. I had a member request for theta, and as we do this, I'm going to show you some tricks here that you can apply to your coin or coins or whatever. And looks like we're trying to get a little bit of a pop here. Now, it's only been, let's see, about 3 hours after the close, so we're 3 hours into the next day's candle, which, be better if we were, I don't know, an hour from closing tomorrow's candle, okay, to really, uh, see if a lot of these green that's over here is going to stick for Wednesday. But anyway, back to theta. We're looking at the weekly chart because obviously it's stronger and it's more. I mean, you more easily see. The breakout candles, pullbacks, high pivots, low pivots, stuff like that. And of course, it's stronger than the daily. But what we're looking at first of all here is that a lot of these runs, stocks, cryptos, whatever, generally run in threes. So we got to run up 1, 2, 3, and then not that the party is over, but then the chart has to reset itself a lot of times. Now, uh, having said that, the 3, sometimes you'll get, all the way to 5, but if you can count to 3, okay, thank goodness. I'm not very good at math, but anyway, uh, then you can make a kind of foresee the future sometimes and make a little money off this stuff. But anyway, what we're going to do, and also is make a little potential uh, market move or measured move. Okay, so from the bottom to the top was 161%, which not too bad. And then it pulls back, and then when you start breaking out, you put it at the low here and then go up 161, which also we more than surpass. So I would rather, this come in, a little short than us, I don't, then, putting in that 161, let's say, and then it's, only goes up to here. But this is kind of an, a measured move, kind of a trick you can use when you're, catch it at the bottom, this, what we call a narrow range. See, we're inside that red candle here. Ooh, just like this, narrow range, breakout, continuation. See, topping tail. So you have now 60% probability you're going to pull back, and we were under the 20. This is probably the most important thing of the whole thing. Up, and then we came back into the 20. Then guess what? We held breakout. See how we got over the high pivot here? That little pivot up and down. Let me take all this stuff off so you can actually see. Yeah, this high pivot right across here, meaning we just did a 180. Okay, that's all that pivot means. Then in on that green candle, so on and so forth. Now, yeah, even on the weekly, don't want to get back under the 20 on the weekly, but here we are. And a lot of the altcoins are there, not that, makes it, I don't want to compare, like you never compare your kids or shouldn't compare these to, but because, each one's a little different. Now, this is extremely important. Now that I put it out, I didn't even realize this myself. So I haven't even looked at this in a minute, but here's our 0.5 fib, 50% zone from the low to the high. This whole run up, and I was going to say we really need to hold that, okay, at 145, let's call it, $1.45. Really need to hold it. We got as low. Now, like I said, it's a weekly candle, so since last Sunday, as low as 133. Okay, and at one time we were up here at 380. But if we can hold this, like I said, the whole run was 1, 2, 3, and then, maybe that was our, 3 down, hopefully so. Hopefully we can, start coming out of this thing. I'm just going to take it off to clean up the chart. And let's see where our 50 is. Oh, okay, that's even better. Okay, so the 50, excuse me, the 50 weekly moving average, the average price of the last 50 weeks, the closing price, here we are. Then the 0.5 fib from the very low to very high, half of that right there. So at this point, then you have this like two tops here, okay? Resistance, resistance, came back in, and then blew through it, came back, retested, and here we are. It's actually a lot more bullish than it looks, okay? Right this minute. But we got to hold. This is becoming kind of a must-hold area because we don't want to, we're already on the 20. That's kind of iffy, kind of, you don't want to be there. And then here we are flirting with that 50%. So definitely don't want to, go any lower on that if possible. This last, epic run here. Pull that back so you can actually see it. And then let's go to the daily. It's going to look very sad, okay? But as you can see here, kind of spread a little bit more, a little high pivot here, came down, pivot, came down. See, let me pull that in there. See, boom, boom. Kind of an M formation. So that takes us lower. I'm just pointing that out in case you see it again. See? And then here we go. High, lower high, meaning where the candles, closed at. High, lower high. That's a perfect M. Because you want this part over here on the right, lower than the left. A lot of times you get a double top, then it'll pull back. But that's perfect for the shorts is what I'm getting at, okay? But on the daily, we're below, all the moving averages. Not good, but, what can you do? A few little pointers here. Let me take that 50 off so you're not confused. Okay, so once we start getting under, that's how important the 20 is. Once we start getting under it, 20 halt, 20 halt, 20 halt, meaning that the 20, now here we got over it for a few days, but still, couldn't get momentum to the upside, couldn't get follow through on that green candle. So under it, the 20 halted the price again, halted it, got over it for a little bit, even came up here, that double top, not really double top, that'd be up here, but you know what I mean, just pivot, resistance, resistance. Then 20 halt, that really did it right there. And then here we go, consolidation, drop again. Now the 200, how you measure this move into, a lot of times, if the market were a cooperative, this would have contained this red candle that closed under both the previous candles. That would have taken us back up here to this little high pivot there. But, we got to, like they say, play with the cards we're dealt. And, but what you do, you go over, and then the furthest run above the 200 and the 20. If you get it real extended like this, if the market, is cooperative and running with you, you will get a bounce here. And there's guys that make a living playing in the stock market, that is, playing that 200 bounce. And sometimes it goes pretty good. Now, the takeaway here, the key is that when you get a red candle that closes under the previous green candle or candles, it takes it out. Very, very, very high percentage of the time you'll get follow through like we did. And here's our famous 2 up, 2 green candles up into red candle, and then follow through the downside. Now, right now, actually, if I can find it on here, yeah, we're up almost 5%, 4.5. No, it's not half. 4.56. Sorry. But anyway, if we can take out the red candle, this thing might be wanting to run back up here a little bit. Okay. what I call this, a bottom, and this is, where to get in, that sort of deal. Hopefully we're getting close to that, and this could be, but I'm not ready. No one, anybody with common sense wouldn't probably be doing this here. The last little swing high, see bottom to the high to the low. I'd feel better about taking out half of that move first. And then, of course, you're gonna have the 200 you're trying to get through, and the 20s. There's going to take a lot of work here. We're probably not going to run through this back to the upside like we fell through it. It might take a few W's, like, even though it was coming down. You know what I'm saying? It took a little while to get over here, and then we just waterfalled over, if that makes sense. Because right through here, we were working. See how we came down into that line, came down, held over here for a few days, dropped under, tried to get back over. So that 0.7618 golden retracement is, going to be kind of tough to get over as well, $1.88, because all this previous support is going to be what now? Yeah, resistance as we come up into it. But what we want is, like, maybe these will be proved to be exhaustion candles. Remember, in other words, the sellers running out of juice, the shorts, hovering now since they've been running literally since up here, the 1st of March. It's been the bears controlling this thing. So maybe they're running out of juice now. And if we at least want to take out this candle, might be, maybe not tomorrow, but maybe the next day, that could be an indicator. But, we might, like, down into that resistance back in. So a low, higher low, see that W? Take out this pivot where it came up and came back. Yeah, you could be off to the races in this zone here. And that's one example. Or, just this is really, I don't know why I put that on there. This is really one big red candle, technically, okay? And we'll just call it exhaustion candle. It might not be. We could, put in a little pause candle here, or breather for the bears, and then, the next day, Thursday, put in a big red candle like that. But let's think positive for a minute. But this just says one big red candle. Yeah, we would want to take out, not that we're 100%, but yeah, would want to get over that first green line here as you come down. First green line. Okay, we want to take it out in order to possibly start scaling in a little bit, maybe trying to catch a bottom here. But if we do, want to make sure you get that stop loss. Never lose more than one candle. Just pretend like this is the candle up here, okay? And that would be your stop loss, that white line. Because if you're wrong, it generally happens the next day or the next, okay? All right, we're going to pop off the, see the 200 there? Nothing else was on the chart, okay? See, we got over it. Now, it would have been better if we closed over this candle by a little bit. Trying to show you another example. But yeah, like this one closed under the green one like that, then we had immediate follow through. I mean, that's just works on everything, stocks, whatever. Yeah, if we had that on the green candle here above the red, yeah, I think we talked about that. You could be further up, but anyway, we want at least a nice green candle up here after tomorrow, okay? Something like that, or even taller the better, okay? And that would be the first step of possibly this being a reversal. And we don't want to close under that red candle, okay, near term. All right, guys, thanks so much for being members, number one, and we will see you on the charts.